Do you want me to make a comment? I will. Um, it was, in looking at Temple, they had, what scored close to 90 points almost in their game against Florida. And so I anticipated that as much. I thought that our team did a good job of trying to track each of the players. We knew who the main players were. And so we kind of played a half man, half zone, which allowed us to get out there a little bit fast, or at least fast enough to handle that. I know that's disappointing for them. I thought that, and they will be good, and they did a nice job up to that point, and we're happy to get the win. We're just happy to get the win. We needed it, and we're going to have to do far better to go further if we intend to be there when it counts.
What happened there near the end when they suddenly made a run when you guys had control of the game?
You're asking me what happened?
Yeah.
Well,
From your side.
from my side, I thought that we got a little lax in terms of us focusing. It's obvious who the two players were, and that's not any different, with Butts and Fitzgerald. And instead of us, tightening her up, getting much closer to that, we didn't. I thought that we just kind of stuck our hand out there, and we need to learn to finish better. But like I said, I think that Temple has done an outstanding job of taking advantage of the outstanding dribble drives that they've been able to. They've been knocking those shots down. It didn't happen to hit those threes. I think that some of that was because we were out there, but in those corners. But I thought that they had demonstrated through the tapes that we've watched that they've been able to take contact, break. For example, when Rachel had when we switched what we were doing when they were screen and roll, Rachel when the posts were showing high, but the guards were good enough to split split that trap and basically break it down and get through to the interior and it caused us to foul. So we decided we were going to go over. The big people were not showing because we respect those guards that well, and we were just showing low, and it worked out for us today.
It seemed like your defense was really swarming in the first half, especially. Was that good to see after your previous two games? Like all of the efforts and the really help defense-wise and all that.
It was great. It was great to see that we were working hard. I think it's going to be a while, quite frankly, before we're able to hit stride. That's not unusual for a Rutgers team, but what is unusual, I think, is that the defense is not where it needs to be. Normally we bring the defense and then the other is fine. Today we played decent defense. But, for example, the last game that we played, it was the first time Ariel Butts was actually on the floor, and I kid you not, because she hadn't been able to practice nor play since May of this past year. So one of the first turnovers that we had was one of our guards tried to pass the ball to what should have been for Ariel, a trail position, but Ariel hadn't played. So, and then you're seeing the young lady that has a boot on. We have small, quick guards, but when you have players that are considerably bigger, then we need Aaliyah Jejun because she's at least 6'1", and she can extend the zone in her ability to knock shots down. But she got hurt playing after practice and twisted her ankle, and now she's got a high ankle sprain. But she'll be fine later. But it's going to be a while before we can actually practice. So even that you see people physically there, that's not been happening. We've not been able to really practice. But hopefully we'll get that in, and we'll look much better and feel much better when we get a chance to get together.
When you were in man-to-man, Tyler was on Fitzgerald for most of the night. And Fitzgerald comes in shooting over 50%, but she scores 27 when he takes 26 shots. Just kind of overall, how do you think she did on her?
Tyler could have done better. How's that? But it wasn't just Tyler. Keep in mind that what you were seeing is it was what we call a perfect. It's like a half man, half zone. So it wouldn't have mattered. Sometimes Bree would have been it. Sometimes Kai would have been on her. It doesn't really matter. We have some rules that we're working with, and one thing the young lady would know Fitzgerald and any other guard is that somebody's going to be with them or not too far away, and that was basically happening. So I don't hold if I would say anything about Tyler, I thought that Tyler throughout this year has been extremely intense, really focused on being a leader, has been able to just, garner and galvanize his team to do the best thing. And she's, just cooperative, and she just wants to learn, and she wants to push everybody. She wants to win, but each of them had a heck of a responsibility, and it was good to see. It was good to see Tyler do that. But she knows in those that young lady got 3 shots off that she should never have gotten off. Maybe that's what you're talking about, which is what I was talking about when I had her come over and talk to me at the bench. She just needed to be there a little bit closer. And I'm not sure why she was saying that she got screened. I tend not to see that sometimes. I just see that, where were you?
Yep. I know it's early.
Sorry?
I know it's early. It's 4 games in. Happy with what you see so far?
I'm happy with what I know we can be. How's that? And I really mean that. I'm not trying to play on words. Number one, we have been shooting the ball extremely well at the 3-point range. And that's one of the things that we definitely needed to address. Okay? But what we've got to get to is the willingness of us to rotate, because sometimes in moving the ball, you make the defense work also. So if we can rotate it and still take the 3, if it's there, but now that we're shooting the 3, we have a tendency to want to take it right away. And philosophically, that can't work because they're making maybe one move. And as we know, you can't always count on the offense. The defense is effort and intensity, heart and hustle, and that's always going to work. So we need a lot of practice, and I'm hoping that now that Ariel's going to be able to be well, that's nice to see whether or not we can play with 2 posts or 1, because the 2 other young ladies, Des and Vicky, they don't have a clue about how a 4 and 5 needs to work together. But Ariel and Rachel can show that, and the same thing with Aaliyah. As soon as she can get on the floor and we can start to seriously practice, and it can't be too soon, because we're getting ready to go into the Big Ten, and I'm greatly concerned about that. But I'd like the flexibility of having big, tall players, because Aaliyah can jump, and she's put in nice rebounding numbers. And so if you got her, she and Kai, then you have bookends. Then it gives us a lot more flexibility in terms of what Tyler's been running the point. Sometimes Bree has a point. And then these young people, the little ones, like the little midgets that we have in there, they playing with heart, but it's a process. It's a process, and it is very early. And I don't want them to be upset. I intend to be, hard in terms of my criticism of them, but one of the young ladies that was just here today, Cappy Pondexter, was sharing some words with the team today, because she knows what it's like. We're not looking for, we would love to have win, all the wins, but what's important is I am thoroughly convinced and encouraged that later we're going to be in full stride.
You got 3 games away, so that's really going to be a kind of a test.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
For your team and the girls and all that.
No, you're exactly right. That's what we need our team to take it as, and we're calling on seniors. We haven't had as many seniors in quite some time, and so that's what this is all about with Rachel and Kai and Ariel. Who's the other one?
Bree.
I mean, you're talking about 4 seniors. I've never seen
6.
teams that have 4 seniors. We have 4 seniors.
We got 6 seniors.
And we've never had 4 seniors. At least I don't remember. So we got to get it done. What'd you say?
We got 6 seniors.
We got 6. Yeah, and we got a 6-year senior too.
No, we got 6 seniors
Who's the
total.
6? Oh yeah, that's right. 6. That's right.
Do we have any
It's a lot. We have a lot. You're right about that.
Yep.
You're exactly right. And let me just say this, Rachel, not because she's here, but that has been a missing piece that we're making a conscious effort to get her the ball much more, because I don't want her to be uncomfortable, and then the minute she gets it, she thinks she's got to shoot it. She knows what the angles that she needs to be working with, and it's got to be a part of our game. So, 1, the 3-point shot. Yep, we took 12. Think about it. We were the lowest team in the country on the 3-point shot. So that's better. And we shot 6 for 12. Think about that. Rachel. Here's what's happening. She got the 10 points, which normally she's not scoring as much. 5 for 7, right? That's good. And she's going to get more rebounds. Okay, but I think that Ariel, what's Ariel doing? They did a nice job. Temple did a nice job because Ariel is a handful. So I think that they must have been working extremely hard against the two of them. But I just feel good watching them go to the rebounding.
Questions for Rachel and Claudia?
Rachel, you had 5 blocks tonight. A lot of them coming from the weak side on help defense. Did you kind of expect you're going to get a lot of block opportunities with their 2 guards that like to penetrate?
Well, we've been working on help defense for like the past few days, and so I just made it a point to like get over there. So and like I was really hyped for this game for some odd reason, so I just was ready.
Kaylee,
Kalia.
sorry.
It's all right.
You chipped in with like 11 rebounds. Is that something you wanted to help with tonight? More effort on the rebound?
Yeah. The other day, Coach made a point that I was going backwards as the ball was going through the rim, so I just tried to commit myself to the rebounding side of it, and the offense will come. So I just tried to rebound everything today. So.
With the rebounding, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, just being a little bit more complete. Think about it. Benijah Laney led the nation into the 20th game of the season with 20 double-doubles, okay? She was averaging 10 to 11 rebounds, okay? And that's asking a lot to replace her as well as Essie, who was the candidate National Defensive Player of the Year. She ended up finishing 4th. So we lost 2 major players. Defensively, they were tough. And then there were other things that were bringing us rebounding. So the only people that we felt could pick that up and would pick it up and address it would be one, Kai, and that's what she's doing. And Tyler. Tyler's been much more of a leader, and I'm extremely pleased with that. Kai is picking up the rebounding side of it. Brianna Canny is doing the same thing. Brianna Canny is knocking shots down that she didn't take before. So it's all going to come together. I'm totally confident that it'll come together. We just can't lose too many games in between that time before it comes together.
Any further questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.